What it do? What it do? How we doing? How are we doing? Key news. 3, 4, giveaway. You guys are probably wondering, why do you keep doing this? We know the routine. We're going to talk about buys. We're going to talk about news. We're going to talk about POIs, giveaway. You got to remember, there are people joining in who have probably, it's their first time in the stream. All right? So, that's why. Just because you're new, right? Sorry, just because you're not new doesn't mean the other people aren't. But, hope you guys are having a good morning. Nice and sunny where I'm at. But yeah, consistency is key. I was watching this YM. I wanted the 8 o'clock candle to close above here. I was going to hop in long, but you can see here we wicked the opening price, and now we're selling back off. So I didn't hop in. I was looking for a 1 hour entry. If you look at the strength, YM's holding up for longs off this low, right? This thing didn't really close below. This thing kind of indecision on both sides. So not the best reversal candle, but this thing was pretty strong. So I was looking to long YM into these equal highs right here, but didn't get the closure. So I'm out. Didn't take the trade, and you can see here, I'm glad I didn't, right? So that is that, but you still have these equal highs here. But going into last night off the daily candle closures on these hourly candles, I was bullish because I was going to use ES's framework and kind of just transfer it over, knowing that NQ is probably the weakest, and look to trade one of these two for longs. But overnight, you can see we just kind of sold off past 50% of the wick, right? So I'm still holding up a little bit, but it's kind of looking like one of those days where you invalidate and just go lower. So that's my bias today. Honestly, I'm just going to kind of neutral on this at the moment. News-wise, nothing really. 10 o'clock news. Pull it up here. Just some home sales at 10 o'clock. Nothing crazy. FOMC meeting minutes tomorrow. Not really a big deal either. So kind of a lighter week on news. But points of interest, I mean, you have equal highs here. If you go look across the board, right? Kind of looks like it wants to sell off. You have equal lows here in the daily. 7 hour profile, right? Daily profile. You have Asia, London, New York. It kind of looks like an Asia reversal, just to continue lower. You can see London's closing below Asia. I'm thinking New York just continues that lower. With YM kind of being the exception, right? You kind of have like a equal highs here with a London reversal. But I think if you're going to look for longs today, so far pre-market and just how we closed on the daily, you want to look at YM for longs, NQ for shorts, depending on your bias. But other than that, dude, look at the weekly candle closure. All right. We open up on the weekly. We're respecting 50% in the T-spot, all that, right? So the weekly is saying short. And you have these equal lows here. Failure swings, all that stuff, right? And the structure's still bearish on the 4 hour. Digging up to these up close candles, respecting 50% of the previous candle, right? Closing below up close candles. Those are resistance to go lower. So the structure, at least for these two, starting to look a little bearish on the 4 hour. It's just really kind of messy up in here at the moment. So if we can get some kind of acceleration down with some retracements to get short, that'd be nice. But it's a lot of like slow grind down, pop back up, you know, just a lot of deep retracements. So we're gonna monitor. I see someone in the chat, Nam God, saying, "What about a reversal from NQ after taking previous day low?" That could happen. But daily profile wise, it's kind of just looking like New York will continue lower. But we'll monitor how we react at previous day low. They're all going to kind of come down to the open here in the next 20 minutes. Other than that, that's kind of all I see. I mean, you're just having these deep retracements as you move lower, which are kind of not fun. And it's kind of leading to a lot of this like choppy. What's up, Howie? Louis? I know Louis was short on NASDAQ. Up in here. You almost got stopped out here. Yeah, but this thing could, we might hit this, but it could drive down deeper into it. You know? I don't expect it to hit this and just immediately, like very, like this. I don't expect it to do this, like immediately. I think if anything, we're due for a pullback off this huge run. But we'll see. What's up, Esteban? But yeah, some lows here. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of leaning a little bearish. I know 68% of you guys in the chat are leaning bearish. But I was originally bullish just because of those daily candle closures here. I think if we do reverse, you'll see, depending on how we open, YM will be the one to long. I mean, you have equal highs right here. Gold, I was bullish on off this daily candle closure right here. As you can see, we're digging down into 50% of that wick right now. This is pretty much going to need to hold after sweeping all these lows if it's going to reverse to these highs right here. So we can watch that. I can't even really trade silver because of the margin, but it needs to basically roll or turn right here. Gold does if we're going to continue that long bias. If not, this thing probably just hits this imbalance right here and sells off. I don't see anything really on oil I like. I mean, you had a candle 2 closure here, candle 3, candle 4. Now we're in candle 5. It could want to come up. Oil's just not that fun to trade at the moment. See, I'm kind of more focused on gold. Off all these lows right here. 50% of the wick we're hitting into. If I mark it out, you can see from this low, from the opening price to the low, we're basically at 50% right here. So we'll monitor that, and we'll monitor how we react at previous day low. Okay, already got 100 people in here almost. Let's go. If you're enjoying the stream, if you like the stream every day, drop a like. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on notifications. And if you're not already in the Discord, you're messing up big time. Because not only do we do giveaways, but I want to maybe start hosting some like Q&As in there, maybe some private streams. Let me know in the chat what you guys would want in the Discord. Education. D Howie says, hit that thumbs up. Shout out D Howie. He's our only other server booster on Discord besides me. So if you guys are enjoying that, and you have a boost to give, consider donating to my server. But let me know in the chat what kind of events would you guys want in the Discord? Maybe we can have some guests in there. Do some joint streams on the YouTube. But maybe like a Q&A for an hour in the evenings, something like that. Good morning. But I'll be honest, it's looking like one of those trade the invalidation days where we just look for shorts. I mean, this looks like a pretty decent target. And obviously, we're giving a giveaway in here, giving away one of these indicators. I think if we do see a reversal, easy target for these highs. It's kind of just in this chop. Where's your entry, bro? Almost had one for you. YM here. Was looking. I put it in the Discord actually. I said watching YM 1 hour before the stream started. Off this right here. These equal highs. I know it's kind of blurry. Here you go. But didn't get that closure above, so you're now seeing it sell off. What's up, Mario? And now we split that low, right? So let's see how we react down there. But the 4 hours looking kind of bearish. I'm not gonna lie. It just hasn't really accelerated to the downside. It's kind of just put in this like reversal, came down, and now we're kind of chopping around in here. Slow grind down with deep retracements. So yesterday it was tricky. Like, why can't we have these setups right here? Why can't we get setups like this in New York? Why we gotta get it? Why we gotta get it overnight? What are we doing? Clear like short-term high swept, reversal, change state delivery, projected high, right here at 5 o'clock, close below, entry, stop here, and you just write it down. Like that's what we want. That's what we're looking for. It's just happening overnight. Like what are we? Can we not do that? Please? That's beauty. Right there. What do we have to do to get the market back to normal? Who do I have to call? Tell me. Because I'll call him. Ghostbusters? Yeah, because there's some demons up in this market right now. Stream Asia? Oh, hell nah. I like trading in the mornings, honestly. But we got 10 minutes until open. So far, 75%. So 3 out of every 4 people in here are bearish. I'm going to go ahead and close that poll. Yeah, it's fun to do a little poll in the mornings. See what everyone's thinking. I think NQ is definitely the one to short if you're going to be shorting today. Just off pre-market, off yesterday's closure. We didn't close back inside the range here, but we did on ES, and we had a strong close on YM. So we'll see. I mean, 30-minute. You kind of have like an accumulation right here. Maybe it wants to manipulate down into here and go higher. We just hit that low. So if that's the case, we could reverse. Otherwise, I think we just continue down to these lows right here. But I mean, we've hit this opening price, these hourly candles, inside an imbalance. Previous low taken out, previous day low. Gold also not really reversing off this 50% yet, so that could be another day where you sweep the high and have an outside day maybe, come down and take previous day low. I mean, after hitting this low right here, speed bump back into the imbalance to go lower still. Makes sense. But since everybody's bearish, I'm going to be bullish. I mean, you have this weekly imbalance. I don't think that it's going to hit this low and just immediately come back in the range after like tagging it. I think you could see it sell off pretty decent into maybe like halfway, 50% of it down here. But if today's going to be one of those days that takes out the previous, day low and also this weekly low, then reverses intraday, then that'll be a New York reversal to the upside. We gotta be monitoring change in order flow if that's gonna happen. So that's why I'm kind of like hesitant to just short right here, because we could easily just come down, reverse back. It's kind of annoying when you're shorting right at these like major lows. You don't have a lot of room to work with. Not a lot of meat on the bone left. At least the structure, see how the structure here is kind of nice at least? This is like all over the place. But it's Tuesday. Oh, I am starting to sell off a bit. Here. Tuesday. TGIT. Thank God it's Tuesday. Let's be honest. Who in the chat? I'm curious. Do you go? I'm going to do another poll real quick before the open. I put a chat or a poll in the chat. Do you go back and rewatch old streams? Or if you missed a stream, Be honest. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. If you miss a stream, do you go back and rewatch it? Or let's say I do a trade recap, right? And I recap the trade after the fact. Do you then go back to the stream and rewatch me managing it in real time? I want to know. It's going to kind of help me moving forward. But you guys answer that. If we did put in a low of the week here, what kind of weekly profile would this be? Right? We have the weekly candle here. Weekly candle opens. Putting in this run lower. Low here. Looks like. This would be what? Tuesday low week. So then you could get your classic expansion week for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Back up here. Yeah, so the trade recaps are separate from live streams. Those are recorded after the fact. But I go through step by step with how I entered, got my bias, managed it, show executions, everything. But if you want to see me actually take the trade in real time, recorded, then you can go back and watch the streams. Because, like, let me pull it up. So on the channel, right? Obviously, I'm live. So these ones that are like an hour long, those are just snippets of the lives. But these ones now, I'm not doing this anymore because you should back the stream and watch it. These are actually recorded after the fact, right? And I break down the recap. So you can just go back here and rewatch me managing the trade act and actually taking it in these streams. So also I'm starting to post a little short form. If you haven't seen this yet, it's kind of funny. And I kind of gotta. So basically half the people a little over half the people are like, yeah, we go back and watch. How did you build your live audience? I've been making content for years. So I've just kind of been around. But like the live stream stuff, I didn't even start doing consistently until like a month or two ago. But I've just been active on social media here and there for just years now. So here's gold selling off. Oh, but I find the lives are like the thing I hate. I'll be honest. I just hate having to like sit down, script out a video, like record it, edited it, like then like get the packaging for it and then put it out. And you can only talk about the same stuff so much, you know? That's why you see all these people like switching up their strategies every other month because you can only make a video on something enough times before you just sound like a broken record. And then you gotta like reinvent the wheel to be like chase that trend and get the views, right? Like I just hated playing that game because I don't really change my strategy at all. I don't, you know? That's how YouTube is. But I found that like I much rather just create content on the stream and then have someone clip it up, you know? Because I can actually just be consistent with that. I'm not really playing that like clickbait game. All right, 9:30. Yeah, the videos. I'm just not like a big video guy. I'd rather just like document what I'm already doing and then make that the content and repurpose that content. All right, selling off here. Little pop off previous day low here. Kind of looks like a little breaker. I'm told. Remember I said this looks like a little accumulation we can manipulate down, distribute higher. Off previous day low here. I'm not saying it's gonna do that. It could just be wicking around before moving lower again, but we need to see. You kind of got some like equal lows ish here. This is selling off now. But we have swept this low. You do have swings to target. I would just be very surprised if we put in low of the week here and didn't dip into this weekly imbalance right here. Like that would be very surprising. Unless we took it out on another asset, you know? Like if ES took it out here and tapped into it, then maybe it makes sense. But we haven't taken it out, you know, anywhere. God. The volatility's crazy. Like, this is a, like almost 100 handle, like 3-minute candle. The theme has been sweep a low, big retrace, you know? Sweep a low or some lows here, big retrace. Sweep this low, retrace. We just flip this low. I think we get a retrace. Now YM just taking a shit. Damn, how? That's like a 0.5% drop. So much for being bullish on YM. Gold's melting too. Damn. It's the worst when it's just like chop and just drops like that. So annoying. I guess if you wanted to get in, you can maybe get on like on the hourly. Just have a wide stop. But yeah, it's just, I hate the decoupled market. Swap this low here. We're digging into like this wick now on YM. Yeah, nothing really looks good. Probably wait till 10. Maybe get a nice little 5-minute setup to go long on NQ if we're going to pop like this. But let's look at the regular trading hours gap, right? Because we opened up. We closed here, opened up down here. So we're filling in some of that. You can see the gap on the daily candles here and here for regular trading hours. Imbalance here. We swept some highs here. I mean, I'm watching. Like maybe you could have gotten in right at 9:30, but like I'm not a fan of doing that to these highs. So, dude, cheer up, man. Hmm. Also, I'm trying to get access to the people who use the code FEG at Lucid. I'm trying to get access to those people's emails. That way, you can get automatically entered to win some Lucid accounts without having to do anything except use the code. So I'm working on that. I'm just waiting for them to get back to me to enable that. This thing gonna run? And that'll be like a separate giveaway from the ones we do in the Discord already. Here's your deep retracement. Let's see what happens. Are we gonna reverse now? Kind of keep this trend, or are we just gonna take out some highs? This thing's moving. An ES down here off this low. I'm really just waiting for this 15-minute candle closure at 9:45. I mean, if you were really confident, you could be doing something like this off this pullback here, but just sweeping lows, retracing, sweeping lows, retracing, sweeping lows, retracing. But so far, though, we're still in this beddish structure on the higher time frames. Yeah, I probably wouldn't step in front of this. I mean, next stop is probably this low right here. If anything, any kind of move to the upside, just look to short it back lower. So we can maybe look for a short on gold. As for the indices, it'd be sick if we have an outside day. Take the low and come up and take the high. That's like a 2% range. Yeah. I'm interested though. Like, I'm not gonna lose sight of the order flow that we're in. Remember, this is the move right off 930. Is this thing tricking people? Or is it legit? That's why I think we need to wait for some kind of pullback. See how we respect these imbalances and whatnot. To give us an idea, we can watch the 3 minute, even the 1 minute some. But if we just turn over right here, it'd be hilarious. Because you kind of have like a little AMD, but in the grand scheme of things, it also looks like accumulation, manipulation, like down, which would be the theme. Kind of line up with these retracements. We just hit this last imbalance too in this leg. And this thing might just sell. Remember, this is your weekly imbalance. This black line here. What goes up must come down, huh? I hit 29,000. We're inside this 5 minute imbalance right here. But does that look like a very bullish candle at the moment? Not really. 3 minutes left on it. We could get a 1 minute setup. Look at that. That's 100 handles from here to here. It's crazy. ES is pretty close to this low. Previous day low. I think on 1 minute looks pretty good. For a short, really kind of just depends on, need this to invert. But I'm gonna wait for some kind of like pullback on this new 15-minute candle. So like basically close down here, pull back up, create a new protected swing to go lower. If we can get it. Look to the right. Everything's red. Down like 5% on silver. Almost 2% on gold. Gold could be fun to short if it really is going to accelerate today to the downside. There's definitely some room. We're blowing past the ADR. So the VIX. About to hit previous day low here. And this thing died. All right, new 15-minute candle. You're like, oh Zach, like this candle didn't close candle 2, so how can you want to short it? This is just screaming, get short. Obviously, I want to see it come up, respect 50% of the wick, hit an imbalance for a new protected swing, and then I'll use that to get short. It just is so obvious. Like AMD, 930 Judas, back inside the range. It looks like it just wants to come down. So yeah, it might be like a little deviation from the model, but like everything else is selling off too. ES is weak, YM's weak. If it presents itself. We're kind of closed inside this imbalance now. Yeah, 15-minute. But even if it wants to be like a seek and destroy type of thing, we can come back and target the low. You know? Lower lows, higher highs. I'm just not gonna hop in now. I wanna see a retracement. Maybe come up into these. When you have your changes to delivery. I'll mark it out by hand since the indicator's not gonna draw it. If you guys see gold start retracing, let me know. I'm kind of focused on indices right now. But if it doesn't want to retrace at all, then I'll just wait. Come on, get up there. Put in some kind of retracement we can go short on. Or if it's going to respect this 5-minute imbalance and go higher, that's fine too. Don't matter to me. I just want to see us not sit in this range and chop. Dude, this is 1-minute candles, like 100 handles. Look at that. Nah, isn't that crazy? The range on this thing is 104 handles. That's insane. The volatility is crazy. The volatility is insane. We're getting 100 handle 1-minute candles right now. I mean, ES took out previous day low. I don't know. It's kind of 50-50. Like, it seems pretty tricky. It looks bearish still on the higher time frames, but we've taken out this low now here on ES. It's not really in sync at all. Like, even if I wanted to trade this as a candle 2 to the upside, like, where's my stop going to be? Here for 125 handles? I do like the look of the 30-minute, though, on ES and YM. I mean, look at these equal highs up here. If it wants to come up, I just don't really know what it wants to do at the moment. Like 50% of that 15-minute wick. We hit it here. On this retracement. Little 3-minute imbalance. But 10 a.m. is coming up in 10 minutes, so we can see how this 4-hour closes. It's not a very decent close. I'm gonna get off the smaller time frames because it's not really looking like I'm not gonna take this trade short. I mean, it's just too big of a stop, even with the bodies. Tricky action. This looks kind of like decent for a reversal. I mean, so does YM off this low. 30% of the wick. This is looking a little messy. At least you're getting a nice wick here on the hourly for ES. And like the volatility's not as bad on ES versus having like a 100 handle stop on NASDAQ. We're down half an hour yesterday. That was our first losing day. Or I don't know what you guys are doing, but that was my first losing day in like 5 or 6 days we pushed the button. So we were on like a 7-day green streak for the days we took trades. And that half an hour loss yesterday. We were up like 6,500, $6,000 something at one point, but it wasn't even, a 2R. So it came back and got me out break even. And this stuff does not look that fun to trade. At least gold is like consolidation down. We could get a continuation entry on gold, maybe. Depending on how we react to this previous day low right here. We just continue lower. I mean, I'm down to just short gold. Don't want to see it just, run back up, but look at that. Sweep on liquidity, move higher, equal highs here. Want those back out. Today's one of those days where like you kind of really didn't know what to expect off the open because the candle closures, right, got invalidated, made a new low of the week. Still haven't tapped into this weekly imbalance yet below this low. This thing's kind of just like trying to take it to high. Yeah, 5 minutes until the open of the new hourly candle. kind of it kind of feels like it's just gonna come up to this and then roll over. I don't know why. But YM, man. Look at the hourly. Keeping out this low. I think we could get a decent 5-minute setup on YM to the upside. Back to these what? Equal highs right here. If it just chills out, closes right here, dips into an imbalance, we can go higher. Everything's looking kind of... This is looking pretty bullish now. This is looking very bullish. This is kind of like a... I'd rather just be in something that's a little bit cleaner. Kind of looks the same, but... This thing needs to wait. See how we close in the next 3 minutes. I think we can get along. What's the best straight to have to become a huge streamer? I don't know. It depends on what you want to be known for. I know there's people out there who like just yell racist slurs on stream and they go viral for it. But is that what you want to be known for? Also, like the people who are like sitting here on stream, like screaming, like just acting out. Is that what like a real trader actually like? Is that how they actually carry themselves? Like it's just like the people trying to get views. I don't know. I don't want to be known as that guy who's like hella emotional on stream, screaming, yelling. That's one, that's just not me. But two, like, do you think someone who's actually like profitable long term acts like that? Chimping out. I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like that's how people should carry themselves. But it makes for some funny content, I guess. If that's who you're trying to attract is like high schoolers. This thing need to chill. 2 minutes. I mean, 30-minute looks good. We can get a 5-minute. We can get a... Shoot, on YM, it looks decent. We could get, at least for these equal highs, like, come on. We got to hit that. We could get a 4-hour nice closure, nice 1-hour closure, nice 30-minute closure, nice 15 candle 3 closure. So, like, we can get a 5-minute entry, a 3-minute entry, or maybe a decent 1-minute entry on YM. As for ES, we could get, depending on how we close here, a 15, a 5. Although there's no real imbalances here. We're kind of just retesting this order block. I like YM more just because the imbalances and the equal highs up here. And like, look at the daily. I'd still say it's valid for longs. You just had a really deep retracement to take this low out. But it still looks like it's the strongest out of all three of these. Because these lows on the daily have been swept. So we have SMT now at daily lows. This one being the strongest asset. So 30 seconds until we get the closure. Let's see. Want it to close below here. Sorry, above here. But like, look at the 5-minute here. It's just kind of back and forth on Q. Whereas this has some like nice expansion met with expansion, right? All right, so nice closure there. I don't care about that wick. If anything, we have equal highs here too. I want to see us put in like a protected swing here in this imbalance. Close above it for longs. And we'll get long on YM. Or we could even get a 3-minute entry. Don't matter to me. 5 or 3 minute. After taking this low out. Like, look at this. Super clean. Can you jump into the pool out of your window? How'd you not have a pool out there? How you know where I live? Nah, I think I've shown it. But we need it to turn. We don't want to see it just sell off again. We need it to respect these imbalances and turn. I don't want to have a huge, huge stop. I mean, it's already kind of pushing it. He's been in my bedroom, bro. I'm just kidding. Clip that, clip that. All right, gold retraced. This thing needs to stop selling off so we can get long. Let's look at gold real quick while that kind of retraces down. I mean, you got a 3-minute, like, that's the thing, man. Like, do you want to step in front of this bus, like this daily order flow, and try and trade against it higher? Because you have this 30-minute closure right here off previous day low here. So do you want to step in front of that? Well, actually, you don't have the confirmation yet. It had to close above here. So you can't really trade that. This candle closure is not confirmed unless there's some kind of S&T, which there isn't. So yeah, you can't really technically, if you're trading the model, hop in on a protected swing on this new candle. All right, I want to see it hold here, 50% of this previous candle. Also, there's a long wick. It could come down to the 50% of the wick right here, but that's the farthest I want to see it. Ideally, it just turns here. I mean, it's filled in this 5-minute imbalance here. Dug down into this down close candle. And here's the thing I'm trying to like study as well. Like, you know, we have these candle 2 closures here on the higher time frames. What if we have like a candle 3 close? Like, this would be a candle 3 closure if you close above here, right? It came up and closed above right here on this candle. That'd be candle 3 closure. So then the next 3-minute candle should be a candle 4 expansion, right? So it's like, even if we don't close above the opening price here, is that still valid? Because, like, I have pretty high conviction that this is going to play out, right? So, like, do we just hop in early? Then I feel like an idiot breaking the rules on stream in front of everybody. But maybe it'll just give us our entry that we want. I'll go stop at the body. We'll just shoot for like the -1 right here. See, like, I think it's going to close like decent here. But then the next 3-minute candle might just blow past and close up here. And then our risk reward's kind of fucked. We'll see. We got a minute or so. Yeah. Just a probability game, honestly. Oh, it's so decoupled though. These things are still selling off. It's like we're not gonna get that closure above. At least not on this 3 minute. So we'll wait. We're looking for this. Trying to trade this 30-minute candle, right? Let the wick form. I'm gonna trade the body higher. Check the 7-hour framework. This would be a New York reversal, right? Asia, London, New York. Takes out this low. It's a POI, right? Because all we've done in the day is kind of just consolidate, right? Consolidate, reverse, maybe kind of manipulate these consolidation. But even this is like a consolidation. Take out the low, then go for the high. Looks really clean. We're just waiting for this 3 minute to confirm. And it looks like these are going to sweep the low one more time. So this is definitely the strongest asset. Looks like these want to go for previous week's low now. But it just seems like every time we take a low, big retrace. You know, it's really annoying. But like YM's not giving us. Wouldn't mind sweeping this low. Or something like this. Get us an even better RR with a smaller stop, hopefully. But we've just taken out. Yeah, see, this thing looks like it wants to sell off too. I mean, dude, I kind of like this 3 minute on gold. You're trading a candle too. But something like this. I don't know. Or you can wait for the 15-minute to close in the next 6 minutes. Because you didn't get that closure there. Still no previous week low yet on these. But now, like, I wouldn't want to take this long. Because this looks like consolidation now. So I want to see this low swept right here. Unless maybe it did it on this candle. But if it doesn't do it on this candle, then I'm not interested in the long anymore. I want to see the low swept. EQ's going for previous week low. You don't say. You don't say, huh? I'm just messing with you. Is it? Yeah, I want to see this low swap. Unless it closes over this opening price here in the next minute. I wouldn't be surprised if we get this close, and now that we swept out this low, it just comes back and leaves this. I doubt that'll happen, but it'd be hilarious. See, the fact we're not closing above here kind of just looks like a little consolidation. I want to see the low taken out to go higher. He said, don't jinx it. I'm not. Here, I'll put a magnet down there to help you guys out. It's a tiny one, too. There you go. That should help. I think once we hit that, you might see it reverse, and that'll help YM. But I don't see any way I would have liked to take a short in this to go lower. I mean, doesn't look that good at all. Like nothing in here was telling me like, oh, get short. Maybe like a closure below here. But I don't know. There's no candle. You're just having an inside bar on this 15-minute. So it really just looked like consolidation at that point. Gold still hanging out. I think we could get another sell-off on gold. There's no closure indicating bullish, right? Only thing is we close back inside the range here, but there's no like candle closure except for the 3-minute, 30-minute. But even that, we're halfway through this 30-minute and hasn't done shit except hit this imbalance and come back inside the range. So and you kind of have this like setup right here on this 3-minute. It closes below. What are we thinking? $30-minute C2 trade? Because all we did was open up, sweep the high, and come back inside the range. So I kind of like the short on gold. We just hit previous week low on NQ here. There's your magnet helping out. I don't know. The YM seems more high probability, but I kind of like the gold short. It looks pretty bearish. You know, speed bump to go lower. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I already have it on there. Maybe we just put a limit. Let me just do a limit order. Yeah, I'm thinking limit gold. Limit down, limit down. Because these are so out of sync. You know? I think we try and trade this candle 2 lower. Make a new low today. Look at the 15-minute. Filled in this imbalance. candle 2 closure on a 15 minute. So we're trading a new candle 3 to the downside on a 15 minute, right? It looks pretty decent. Just entering on the 3 minute. So I would take this trade 10 times out of 10. It's a pretty big stop too. Decent stop. But I'm in. Off the limit. I hate how it does these damn orders. It needs to just do it normally. And TP will be like down here. Gold short off the rip. Limit down. I'm risking like 3,400 to make 6,500. Send it. I'm in. The 15 minute looks good. It's still bearish structure. Candle 2 closure on the 15 minute. We're kind of getting in a little early on the 30 minute, right? Give a sweep of a short term high here inside a 30 minute imbalance, inside a 15 minute imbalance to go lower. Speed bump off this low here. Retrace to send it lower. Let's see. How do I decide where I'm going to put my stop? See, if I put it on the body here, it just seems way too close. It can want to retrace some, then go lower. If the body was like right here, I would probably put it at the body. But I don't know. I want to put it at the high. You're basically, when you're trading these higher time frame candles, you're assuming that the wick has been formed, right? And now we're trying to trade the body. So you don't want to put it like too close to the opening price. It could want to maybe retrace some and go lower. But I kind of have lighter size in this trade. It's not like a full position. Usually I risk like 5 grand. This is like 3,400. So not like a full R. Full risk. But we're looking for this thing to roll over. And like it could want to come up into this down close candle here, opening price. Sorry, up close candle. So that's why I don't want to jam my stop like too much, you know? I'm just going to give it some room to play out. I mean, I kind of just like the gold short better because, you know, the daily looks good for shorts. I mean, these are so decoupled. I don't really see anywhere like I would want to get in at the moment. So we'll just let this play out. Anyone in this trade with me though? I know I kind of entered it pretty quick. We spotted it. Kind of keeping tabs on it. That's why it's nice to trade other things. I just hope that we don't just chop around now after sweeping this low. Like I'm looking for it to continue lower. Get that dump. I'm full porting my challenge. Bet. Then we gotta win. Everybody in with. Marco's in. I full ported 20 fundeds. But did you use code FVG at Apex? Did we get a magnet out? I say we do the bullseye. It's kind of sick. But it's basically a 2R. I mean, I say we go for like the 2R. A few ticks lower. 1.99 is good enough. But we entered on this candle. We in this bitch. Looking good. We got at the price we wanted to. Set the limit, come back, tag us in. We're slowly disrespecting these 3-minute imbalances, right? Here, here, and hopefully here. So we're kind of cutting through them a bit, you know? You want to see these fail if the order flow is bearish. And like our entry was at this inversion here along with this up close candle. So just kind of pointing out things I'm noticing. Ideally close below this imbalance. Next best would be below 50% of it. I kind of wish I sized a bit heavier on this, I'm not going to lie. Could even maybe put the stop like on this wick. I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. The real question is, when are we going to go break even? I say when we hit 50%, we'll go BE. That's usually like my rule of thumb, which will basically be this line here. I'm kind of having deja vu. I don't know. I'm not going to lie on this trade. I just don't want to see it reverse off this. We could also just reduce some risk, though. I think I'm going to reduce some risk down to the opening price. Because I don't want to see it return back here, you know? So we should cut risk in half pretty much. It could maybe want to come up into this up close candle right here. Then head lower, but I'm gonna allow for that. But I cut my risk in half so far. And once we hit this line here, I'll go break even. Because remember, we're trying to trade this expansion lower. This is a candle 2 expansion. And we're about to get in 6 minutes, the next 3-minute candles. We're going to get a candle 2 closure here. And we'll get a candle 3 that's going to form. And then a candle 4, hopefully. It'll continue lower. So it's kind of nice when you can hop in. This is a little bit more of an advanced trade because we're hopping in on this candle too and not waiting for the closure. And that's something I'm trying to practice. Any instant funding prop firm recommendations? I know Lucid has direct accounts. I'd recommend them. And they're all actually, Lucid's 50% off right now. All their accounts, even the direct to fundeds. I put a ping in the Discord yesterday for those of you who like those. But I'm trying to give you guys some deals. Like 50% off all Lucid accounts, 90% off all Apex that ends tonight, actually. So if you haven't gotten Apex yet and you like trading their accounts, it's 90% off sale. It ends tonight. So make sure you take advantage of that. And then Tradeify has their May sale, like 40% off. I'll trade candle 2. I'm in it right now, boy. Exactly. This 15-minute wick should be in if it's going to expand lower, right? So you could even put stop above the swing high. We'll see. I'm going to see how this 30-minute closes, and then we'll go from there. Because, like, then we'll have the 50% of this candle it could, trade back to. So I don't want to jam stop too tight, but I mean, this wick seems like a pretty safe bet on a 15-minute. Like I said, we want to see it close below 50%, and it's kind of just hitting that right now. But I mean, I'm risking $1,300. Usually I'm risking 5K, so our risk is pretty small right now. There's a tiny imbalance here as well. So let's monitor that. Opening price right here. I'll only do candle 3. Trying to get better at trading candle 2s. So that's why you see me kind of practicing or attempting it here. When we have 3 minutes, you're about to get a candle 2 closure here. Anyways. I'm just like, think about it. You're trading the reversal candle, so you need to give it some time to form the reversal, then let the continuation play out, right? So you don't want to jam stops too tight in the beginning. I've already reduced risk by half, so it's just this 15-minute candle's kind of being a bitch. But luckily, we entered on a 30-minute. We got about a minute 30 until this new 30-minute candle. Really just seeing how it reacts. This opening price right here. Because like technically this high is not protected. Hasn't swept a swing high or tapped into an imbalance. So like I don't want to like put my stop there, but like it shouldn't take that high out, you know? This 15-minute high should stay intact. But so far, this opening price is holding. This imbalance has been filled in. I want to see it push lower now. Because as always, bearish order flow, you want to see opposing candles push price lower, right? So how we entered here, push price lower. Hit this opening price, push price lower. What about NQ? I'm not really looking at that right now. I have it on my other monitor, but it just looks like it's at low a day. YM's just chopping. Let's check out these pairs. Silver, what's silver doing? Gold looks weaker than silver, even though silver's down more. All right, so new 30-minute, just printed. Let us see it maybe put them in the wick here, a small wick. Could hit this opening price to go lower. But I'll be honest, I might move my stop to that swing high. The highs. What? 503.5? Let's put a tick above that high. T-spot, I mean 50% of the previous candle's right below it. We'll see. I'm only risking like $700. If this 15 minutes gonna now put in, let's see. You want to see it turn here, otherwise. Came back to our entry. Let's clean up some of this. But it's retesting where we got in. But yeah, I don't like how it turned here off 50% of this imbalance, the last imbalance in this leg. So if anything, I want to get out ASAP if it's just going to run. Don't want to keep my stop up here. I'm pretty aggressive in this market with like the stop placement. Just trying to preserve capital as much as possible. If that means I get stopped out and then it runs without me, like, it is what it is. You see the little T-spot tag. And let's look at the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute. See, let that wick form. Can't be too aggressive with it. I know I'm being a little aggressive, but I'm still like logically looking at these opening prices. We just hit this, our previous entry, right? This order block. Form the wick. Now I want to see this body just trade lower on the new 30 minute. When she asks if she can hit the T-spot. Just the tip. That's a nice closure though. Let's see it roll. Just shoot down now. We'll monitor how it reacts off this low. And then we'll go break even. Honestly, when it takes this low out, I'll probably just go break even. You wouldn't want to see it just come back up to this wick that's been formed already. I think if everyone pulls out the magnet on their chart, we'll get it. Everyone pull out their magnet. I didn't want to have to use this and leak the secret strat. But everyone pulls this out collectively. I think it'll work out. Magnets in the chat. Just looking for a run, man. But you can see like we're at 50% of this range right now. So we need to cut through. We cut through this imbalance here. It's working, guys. Keep pulling the magnets out. Also, I heard if you hold up a magnet to your monitor, it'll pull price down. Just kidding, don't do that. Hold up the magnet to your PC monitor. She not wanting to drop, dude. She being annoying. I mean, silver took that low out. Gold didn't. We might get stopped out here for like small loss. Unfortunate. Should be teasing us. Yeah, it makes sense. Gold's a metal. I think the magnet just repelled it. That's what happened. Hurry, remove the magnets. Remove the magnets. With the shot. Alright, we just swept this high. Still respecting the T spot. Now what? Ain't no way. Remove the magnets. Hurry. Can I stop giving you bad financial advice? This is good advice. We trailed our stock from here to here, and we're chilling. Just kidding. It's not advice at all. Last hope is we sweep this high and dump. And you could then add to your position here. Maybe I add a contract. Do we add here? What are we thinking? We pyramid in another contract. Added 2 here. Do a third here. Stop stays here. We have our kind of like similar risk. If it goes down there. Do we practice trading a candle 2 and pyramiding on this setup? I mean, we're 10 minutes into this 30-minute candle. The 15 is like looking a little messy, so I'm not really worried. Okay, that's nice. Not really paying attention to that. But we got 15 seconds here. Are we gonna add another contract? We'll see. I think the next 3 minutes should. We should see if it closes below here. I'll probably add. Our average will move down to like around here. And I'll just go break even on it, depending on how far this candle closes below. Take my money and run. I'm good. My money's down here. It's either going to be a small L for like 0.25 R or a dub. But we're in this wick. Is this candle 3 going to play out? We got the closure. We got the confirmation. We're aligned with the daily expansion. Just got to be patient. We hopped in a little early on this candle 2 reversal. So this is more of an advanced trade. Versus now, like right now, you'd be getting in here for the candle 3 continuation once we close below here. So you can technically, if you're not in yet, you can hop in here, stop above here. Like this. If we close below, you can technically hop in. So that's why I feel like, oh, I could add to my position here. We got to close below here, though. And not just wick it. Because if it just wicks it like that, it's probably going to come up and sweep this high one last time. And that'll probably stop us out. I mean, indices are starting to kind of pop a bit. I feel like I always find myself in these like grinder of a trades. Maybe that's just the market we're in. Is that just me? I mean, I'm gonna add one, honestly. Why not? If we close below. Should be annoying. I hope it doesn't sweep this high. If it does, we're gonna get stopped, it looks like. I can still add if it closes below here in this next candle. But we need to see it turn here. Tight stops or get killed. But see, it's not really looking like this candle wants to expand down. Especially since we wicked this opening price here. We keep retesting this order block, right? But I think it wants the high. It's kind of equal highs now too, because you have my stop on this swing high and this swing high right here. This is not a good look. Really just kind of hoping that this opening price here keeps getting hit and eventually pushes it lower. Otherwise, we're going to get out for like a 0.25 R loss or something. Something like that. Or honestly, less than that. Like 0.1 R. SMT there? I guess there is, yeah. Silver kind of just chilling. Just waiting. Well, see what I mean? Like you could be in a trade like this where it's kind of just chopping around and like all of a sudden some bomb gets dropped and price on gold just spikes through like up here and your $700 loss turns into like $10,000 loss because they suspended market orders. Like that's just not. That's one of the reasons why I deleveraged money out of my account. It's a real possibility. Is it probable? Probably not. But can it happen? Yeah. But we're halfway through this 30-minute, so I want to see this thing drop. Because now we're just chopping. We're just sideways in here. I'm just going to remove all this. Really just care about this swing low. While this sits here, let me glance at some other indices. I don't see anything I like on the indices, if I'm being honest. maybe like a 30-minute candle 3 closure on NQ. And you're about to get a 3-minute like entry technically. But your stop is going to be like 70 handles if you're using the bodies. If you get the entry you want. So, yeah, I don't know. Just kind of a tricky day. The past couple of days for indices. It's another reason why I'm kind of just looking at gold. I'm on a building site. Because all these bricks right here. I want some of these candles. Let me copy and paste them over. How do I do that? Look, we want these candles. Come on down. I'm paving the way. I mean, the 30-minute still looks decent. We just need it to drop. We'd love it to close below the previous low right here. And we got 12 minutes. Four more 3-minute candles. We're about to get a new hourly candle in the next 12 minutes. I mean, the 5-minute looks like a damn barcode. We're starting to get some movement though. That's nice. 30-minute just taking its time. But the -2, -2.5 are down here. I'll probably just go break even once this low gets taken out. I don't really feel like adding here anymore. If it just come down and close below here and accelerated, then yeah, would have added. But it's kind of just still got that like rollover look, but it's just slow. If you guys are liking the stream, drop a like. If you're new here, welcome, subscribe. Go live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 9 a.m. But this thing not wanting to play out is quite annoying. Let's see. What's the volume today? We got 85% of the average volume. So it's a high volume day. Just kind of declined here on the volume. We need some whale to come in and just smack it. The entry is based off the candle 2. We were trying to trade lower off this order block here. My stop was at this high. Entered here, aiming for the low. Row 2R. And we've been slowly reducing risk as it moved. using these higher time frame candles. We had our stop here originally, then reduced it to the opening price, then moved it to this swing high. That's where it's at. Once we hit this low, I'm going to go break even. I mean, silver just chopping down. This is like what I didn't want to happen, was just sit at 50% of this range right here and just chop. Because now it looks like consolidation. It might want to sweep this high one last time before heading lower, which could happen, and that would stop me out, right? But we'll see. It could also want to roll. Appreciate it. It looked clean at the time, but we haven't done much on this new 1030 candle. And yeah, we took out previous day low already. You know, that's why we're getting a new phase of price here. But that's why I'm being more aggressive with the stop, right? In case it does want to just chop on us. I'm just going to get out for like a 0.2 R loss versus a full loss. Checking Q, we're getting a short entry. Where? What time frame? YM sold off again. Or maybe. Let's get the party started, gold. Come on. We in this. I just want to get out. Be one and done for the day. Be up green on the week. See, this is what I'm talking about. We got, 6 more minutes? So 2 more 3-minute candles. I want to see it close below this low. The 30-minute. Close below this previous candle's low. When we hit this low, I'm going break even. Just so you guys know. Our entry is right at 4,500. What's the spread? 0.5. So my stop is going to be probably 44.9. Yeah, and this will kind of like expand towards the end of this 30-minute, and then C4 can expand lower, right? That's what's nice about hopping in on a 2-minute that expanded a bit. Sorry, a candle 2 that expanded a bit. You have the C3 that can expand and the C4. So you're just getting in a little bit early. But like now, if I was trying to trade this, I wouldn't be getting in off this closure below. It just took too long to close below. It just looks like consolidation now. So it could sweep this low and come back up. That's why I'm going to go break even when it hits that low. I mean, 5 minutes still has that rollover look. Just taking its time. Even better if this 15-minute closes below this up close candle. Like this. Even better, you know? But just need to see. What's it gonna be? In all honesty, I could go break even right now. But We'll just let it ride until we hit that low. I've already reduced risk by a lot. This trade's taking a minute though. I didn't think it'd take this long. We're kind of just consolidating down on indices at the low. All right, new 30-minute candle incoming. New hourly candle incoming. Want to see your drop. We've been hovering around break even / slightly in profit for what, 40 something minutes? So what's it gonna be? Small L or win? But like this 30 minutes not looking good. It kind of looks like it wants to take this high out, if I'm being honest. Bummer. I mean, it's popping on the other indices too, or other gold assets. Here we are testing that opening price again, where we got in. Let's see how this new 30-minute behaves. This new hourly. Got 40 seconds on it. Sun is still in this trade. Yeah. And it's basically risk free. Like I'm risking $700, which is like nothing for what I usually risk. I'm usually risking like 5K. Let's see, this 30-minute, it's just an inside bar. Didn't take out the high or the low, so it wants to sweep the high. Might tag us out. Which would be a shame. I just feel like the more we test this order block, like opening price here, it's probably gonna fail, you know? Like we keep hitting it. Like we should have just hit it and dropped. So but we're hitting 50% of this wick. Let's see. If it's gonna stop us out, just go ahead and do it. Indices kind of pumping a little bit. I mean, dang, we're just at break even at the moment. Probably just call it after this. I mean, we're close to the stop, but we've taken this high out. If we roll off this, that'll be hilarious. All right, consolidation high hit taken. Previous 30-minute high taken. See how this isn't like playing out like we wanted? Like I want to get out anyways if it's just gonna pop, right? Because it'll probably just end up taking this high, and that would have been a full loss. So I want to get out anyways. If it's not gonna sweep this high and roll lower. Let's do it. All right, well, new 3-minute form. We closed inside the range still on this 3-minute. Now what? Last hope. Don't want to see immediate rebalance of this 3-minute wick here and go higher. Want to see it just dump, obviously. Edge maxing. Just gotta follow the plan, man. Come on, stop me out, bro. We're a tick away. Holy. Look at that. There ain't no way. Literally a tick off this high where my stop is. Yeah, we need volume. Volume maxing. This is like the lowest it's been all day. Just hovering around break even. Bro, if this thing dumps now, that'd be insane. At a certain point, it's like, do I just get out? Because it's not playing out like I want. You know? Or see it through. We'll see. But I don't see anything on the indices I like. Just a lot of back and pop and chop, honestly. It's a nice closure there. Needs to get through this imbalance now. If it reverses off this high, bro. Oh, shoot. That'd be hilarious. I mean, 30-minute high swept. Hitting the opening price here still. That'd be legendary. I'm telling you, I've had like my stop. Where I put my stop, like, this is kind of luck. I'm not gonna lie. If it reverses from here, but logically speaking, like we've trailed our stop. Logically, but I'll be honest, this is kind of like lucky. But sometimes luck is on your side. But these 30-minute candles are not playing out like we wanted, obviously. Like this one should have expanded lower, or at least consolidated a little bit. And this one expand lower. But now we swept out the previous high. So like these are not expansion candles, right? This one could expand now after sweeping consolidation high. But they aren't playing out like we originally wanted, you know? Call John Market. Who's the new Fed chair guy that just got appointed? Call him. Time to dump? We were basically almost stopped out. And now we're in the green again. It's crazy. I want to see it close below this imbalance. The next minute. Bro, there's this girl out by the pool. I'm not a creep. Just saying. That's the nice thing about having an office by the pool, man. You can just get a nice view, you know. I'm in an apartment. I'm looking to buy a house, though, honestly. All right, are we going to get the closure below, or are we going to close right at 50%? All right, well, that's not a very good closure. Could just go higher now and stop us. He said, GG's. It ain't over till it's over, man. Look. But if it wants that high, then yeah, we're getting stopped. But I'm about over this trade anyways. I kind of just want to get out. Tired of sitting here watching it. Yeah, YM. If this gets stopped out, we'll go glance at indices one last time. But bro, it just almost knocked me out again. Look at this thing, dude. These are equal highs right now. That's crazy. Dude, if it does it again, dude, I'll be like, something's up. Because now you have like 1, 2, 3 highs. And ain't no way. Yeah, there's no way. Come get me out. Someone play the Jeopardy music. Because that's actually hilarious. Oh, we got a minute left on this candle. Wait, what does the 1 minute look like, dude? Been in this thing forever. We literally hopped in it, started chopping. Gotta love it. It literally feels I'm getting trolled. No, I'm gonna bail out. I'm just gonna let the stop get hit. This would be the funniest clip ever if this happens and it rolls and we get full TP. It'll be the funniest thing ever. We're at break even. Now we want to close or below here. There's literally no way. Like, what are the other ones doing? Same shit. Third time's a charm? I mean, what else am I going to do? Go watch chopping indices? Like, I'd rather just sit in this trade where I have the potential to make money versus watch indices chop around. This is more entertaining, honestly. Phil is here. Who's Phil? Gotta go. See ya. I'll see ya. Good luck. Thank you. We're gonna see. This will be like the lucky. If this thing rolls over, it'll be the luckiest like trade I've probably had. And it's not even like for a lot of money. It's just funny that we've gotten this close to my stop twice. I don't think I've ever had it happen twice like this. Usually just runs right through it, you know? But it's making for an entertaining trade, that's for sure. Three equal highs? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It hasn't taken it out yet. That's the funny part. And this candle's about to close here in a second. All right. Take me out. Ah, they got us. Oh, it's all good. Well, we're out of that one for like 0.2R loss or something like that. It's a shame, man. We couldn't get that rollover down to the lows. Unfortunate. But yeah, at least not full size. So it's like half an hour. Let's go glance at the indices real quick. I mean, just chop for like, sat in that for like an hour. It's funny, we hopped in an hour ago and got stopped out within an hour. Not really seeing anything on here. And you have this candle to closure. I mean, a 3-minute long. SMT. Equal highs. What are we thinking? PS5 gone. This just looks messy, dude. Look at the 4-hour. We're in this weekly imbalance right here. You still have these equal highs up here. SMT. I mean, you'd be hopping in like right now. Stop below this low. It's just you don't have the daily on your side, you know. You're basically trying to trade the reversal. And to confirm this closure, you're gonna have to close above here, it looks like. For the daily candle. When are those NVIDIA earnings? Is it tonight? And Q earnings. Wednesday tomorrow? Or we took a small little like half an hour loss yesterday and then 0.2 today. So not even down a full R yet on the week. Price action has just been kind of tricky. Only we could get moves like this when we're actually trading. Like what? About to get a 30-minute here. Off to some imbalance. You could get we might get a 3-minute short on NASDAQ. Off this imbalance here. Nine minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you put in these failure swings. NASDAQ's been the weakest. So. That's like 80 handles though. What about a 1 minute? We're gonna have to break this trend, you know? We'll give it to like 11:30. We'll give it to like see how this candle forms here. I wouldn't mind making a new low a day. Gonna get our get back on NASDAQ. You want to see this hold. Ooh. Oh. So far, it's been a slower week. For me, at least. You're kind of closing below candle 4 here. I ain't saying hop in early, but I mean, 15-minute did what? Hit this opening price. This thing might just sell off without the closure. Or you're kind of trading a... This would be a candle 2 expansion, right? You could hop in right now. Down to these lows. Telling you. I'm going to wait for this candle to close. But everything else looks like it's ready to sell. Here's the 3-minute. Yeah, you have your little protected swing here. 6 minutes until you get a new 15-minute candle. Yeah, a little 5-minute. I'm just going to wait for the closure. It's 5 minutes. But you could trade this candle 2 here. Right here. Or even hop in on this imbalance. Up close candles. So if you're on that gold one with me, if you got in this, let me know. This is looking like it's playing out pretty nice. Let's see how this candle 2 has a small wick. Big body. It opened up, took out previous high immediately. Came back in the range. Displaced down. Change state delivery. Imbalance. Protected high formed. You just hop in here. Closure below. Stop at the high. Write it down, right? I don't want to know what this thing's doing. Ew. Yeah, I'm going to wait for this closure. The next 4 minutes. Could even get a 5-minute imbalance formed and hop it on a 5-minute. If it wants to do that. We just had these lows swept on. And you have all these. I'm just so surprised that this thing is not wanting to turn yet. Yeah, watch this opening price here. We giveaway today? Yeah. Giveaway. Let me see how this plays out real quick, and then we can do the giveaway. Honestly, my gut is just like call it, but I mean, we could get another swing formed here off this little imbalance. You know, the next 2 minutes. I mean, that would be what? 2R down to this low. We'll see. I mean, this is not a very good bearish closure on the 3 minute off this low. Do we pre-fire this before the, like a minute before the closure or the candle? The 15 minute? Depends on where it closes. Or hit this opening price, respected the imbalance. You know? Let's see. We could get a positional entry, so if this new 1 minute closes below, we'll get a new 15-minute candle immediately. Just enter right in the new 15-minute candle, stop at the protected high. And I'll just look for like a fixed 2R. But I'm going to enter on a limit. I ain't doing no market order. I'm not going to have my thing freeze again. But we need this closure. Low. Yeah, ES has its low. Go look, we're close to these lows. But let's see. If we don't get the closure below, then within the next couple candles, then I'm just gonna hop off. Here's your new 15-minute. We got the closure confirmation. Candle 2. I want to see this thing close below here. Yeah, dragon limit order. Are we gonna roll? I wouldn't honestly mind it sweeping this high real quick for a new protected swing. But now it needs to come back and close below so we can go lower. Otherwise, it might just come for the high. It needs to pretty much turn right here. It just seems like every day you come in the market, there's just some bullshit lately. So this is not looking very bearish now. Scratch that idea. You're about to have this candle to closure off this low. Once this candle closes, boom, it paints it. My problem is this 15 minutes not at a POI, this swing point here, so. Just a bunch of BS, bro. Not a lot going on. I'm glad we got out of this. I just hate the chop and drop. Giving you the runaround. Can you wait for a 15-minute to send it lower? I mean, all we done today was like pop, drop, chop. Kind of annoying. Kind of just feels like I'm forcing something at this point. Like it's late in the morning. It's 11:30. Like that was pretty much our only good like setup to go lower, in my opinion. It's already closed above 50%. It just looks like damn chop now. You know. So I think we just call it. We'll do the giveaway real quick. Let's do that while we kind of watch the chop. There's just nothing I really like. This thing just V-shape recovery and consolidation. Let's do the giveaway. All right. Giveaway time. Let's make the word. Let's name it chop. Keyword chop. Give away keyword chop. Chop, chop, chop. Overall, happy with how the days played out. I mean, we followed our rules, traded the system, managed our position pretty well on gold. Not really forcing anything in this mess. So, come back tomorrow, live to fight another day. We're not even down a full R on the week. One win will put us up green easily for the week. Just a lot of the price action just been ass. Even this run up was like, it was fun, but you couldn't really get a piece. It's moving overnight. And when that happens, you get chop in the morning. Today it looked decent because they can, had a kind of arranged pre-market. So you usually get expansion in New York, but this whole move down on the 4-hour, I'll show you. This whole move down has just been really choppy, not like decent structure like this. Just a lot of back and forth, so it's tough. Just don't blow up. Tight stops. If you're going to trade, you got to be aggressive with the stop here and there, but we'll end the stream here in, or in the giveaway here in, let's see, 30 seconds. So at 11:35 or 37. If you win the giveaway, you're gonna stop the chop. I like it. But I'm over the chop, man. All right, let's run it. 3, 2, 1. Palanish Shedigar. Palanish Shedigar. Are you in the Discord? If you are, you here? DM me on the Discord. If you're not on Discord, make sure you join that. But also, if you need to, DM me on Instagram, X, whatever. Just let me know where you're going to message me so I can give you the code for 1 month free. But congrats. If you guys enjoyed the stream, drop a like. Helps me out. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Turn on notifications. We'll go live in the future. And if you want to hang out with us outside of these streams and learn and participate in some other giveaways, join the Discord. All right? There's a link in the chat. There's a link in the description. And I'll see you guys sometime tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp.